Hi, Sherry Ryan here, neurodiversity consultant with Neurodiversity Support Services and mama to two neurodivergent kiddos. I want to talk about finding a babysitter and why you need to find a babysitter for your neurodivergent kiddos. Okay, so when I refer to neurodivergent, I mean autistic, ADHD, dyslexic, etc. Okay? Now, one of the most important things that I talk to parents about when they come to me as a consultant is finding a babysitter for your neurodivergent kiddo. Okay, this is for all parents, but especially for parents who are parents to special needs kiddos, so neurodivergent kiddos, because guess what? You have to take care of you first. Okay, we have to take care of ourselves first. I always think of that demonstration, that you get when you get on the plane and the flight attendant is talking about the safety presentation at the beginning, and they're saying, if the air pressure drops in the cabin, the oxygen mask is going to come down, and make sure you put your oxygen mask off first before you start helping other people, including your children. Okay? Because guess what, y'all? We cannot take care of others, especially our kids, if we have not prioritized taking care of ourselves first. Okay? If we're going to be useless to our kids if we're not oxygenated and rested and rejuvenated. So if we aren't taking care of ourselves, we're not going to be able to take care of anyone else around us, including our kids. Okay? So this is why I bring up every parent needs to find a good babysitter. Get a good babysitter in the mix, because guess what? You need a break. Us parents need a break, okay? You need to get oxygenated, okay? You need to be rejuvenated consistently, whether that's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, okay? And I mean a true break off, okay? Because us parents to neurodivergent kids, we're rarely off, okay? We are always on. And if you're a parent to neurodivergent kids, you know what I mean by always being on, okay? So a break is going to provide that sensory, rest that you need. It's going to provide rejuvenation for your physical needs, your emotional, needs, a break that we so desperately need to rest and rejuvenate so that we can be on again, okay? So I tell my clients who are parents, find a good babysitter so that you can get that real break, so that you can get oxygenated, so that you can get that rest and get that reset. So I tell that to parents, and usually the first thing that they say to me, okay, is, but I can't. Or they say, my kid has such high needs, or no one is qualified, or I can't let another person take this on. And I felt that too before I started to prioritize taking a break, okay? So let me assure you, there are people out there who want to be involved in your kids' lives or your lives, okay? There are people out there that want to help you, or they want to help kids like your kids, okay? Another benefit of having a babysitter for your kid, it's a benefit is that, it's good to have other people in your kids' lives. It's good to have other adults in their lives who can be advocates. And it also teaches your kids to listen to other adults and have other adults in charge of them. And, maybe those adults become advocates. Maybe they become a big part of their life, okay? So I want to share my own story of how I found a really good babysitter in my life, okay? And you can take from it, just some of these, tips or whatever you find from it, okay? So when my kids were 1 and 4, I was determined to have a break, okay? I had 2 neurodivergent kids. They were 1 and 4, and I knew that I needed to find a babysitter. Okay, so what I did is I started looking around our neighborhood. We had a lot of kids in our neighborhood, and I basically, saw this girl, and she was 11 years old. And I saw that she was engaging and she was creative and she was fun and she was nurturing and she was really good with her siblings and the other kids in the neighborhood. And I watched her like in a way that I vetted her, okay? So what I did was I paid her to come to my house. She was 11, and so I didn't pay her a lot, but I worked this out with her parents and such, is that I paid her to come to my house and she would do life with us. So we would do dinner, we would do snack time and bedtime and all those kind of things, so that she would see how my kids behaved. I wanted her to see in my kids in their natural setting, not, with me gone, me there. I was there doing it, and I was showing her like little tips of how to be with my kids or what my kids needed. Okay. And so then I, did that for a few years. By the time she was about 13, I started to say, okay, I'm going to be gone now. And I literally was like, we're going to work up to a few hours. Okay. And so we started with 15 minutes, and I would go out the door. I would tell the kids, goodbye. I'm going to be back in just a bit. And it would be 15 minutes. I'd go for a walk around the block and I would come back. This helped my kids get used to seeing me leaving and having them see me come back, and getting that, that anxiety eased, so that they were used to me leaving. They were used to me coming back. So when I said I was leaving, they knew I was coming back. And then we worked up really slowly to about 30 minutes. Okay. And then I would go to this grocery store, or I would go to the library, and I would leave her there. I was 5 minutes away. She was with my kids, and I would go, during a time that wasn't a dinner time or wasn't a snack time or bedtime at first, okay? Because I wanted her to gradually get used to my kids and my kids to get used to her. And so this was a really just amazing time. And I'm going to tell you, we slowly edged towards 1 hour. And so if you can get to 1 hour, I'm just going to tell you, there's a lot of rest and rejuvenation that you can get into an hour, if it's an hour a week or an hour every other week. But take that time to be off, okay? Do your yoga. Go down to the river, go down the lake and sit on a bench and just relax your mind, relax your sensory system, relax your brain from being on all the time, okay? And get that break, okay? I'm a parent. I've raised 2 kids who are autistic and ADHD, and I needed a break so that when I came back, I was on my A game again. I needed that to have that rest, to be rejuvenated and reset. Okay. And so I just believe that all of us parents who have kids who are neurodivergent, we have to get a good babysitter in the mix, at least one. Okay. So as a consultant, I assist parents in doing this and finding the resources in their community and finding the right people and the ways to go about this. So if you would like assistance with this, reach out to me. My link is in the description, and I can't wait to meet with you and get started. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.